Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Luckiest Peach podcast. I'm your host, Rachel, the Lucky Peach. I'm talking quieter because I'm in the process of moving out of my apartment and it's a little echoey. And I realized that on last week's episode, I broke the sound barrier a little bit. So the intro is not going to be as loud as it normally is. Anyways, this week we are back to Cult of the Month. This month's choice is Muriel's wedding. We'll get more into the details later, but today I'm joined again by Luis.
Hello, lighting. God is next door. Hi everyone. I'm back for this. I have a portal. This is the gateway to heaven. This is the stairway that Tom sees when he dies every time. I'm back for the second time for Quote of the Month. It was good. It was good stuff.
If I had more patrons over on patreon.com/luckypeach, I would be able to do the polls for the picks, but I'm not there yet, so I'm just picking them out of my ass. So I picked Muriel's Wedding because I have a book that lists a bunch of cult classic films. I didn't expect it to be in there, but it was, and I was like, I already love this movie.
Yeah, I was wondering why it's like cult classics. I was like, normally it's
because they don't do well when they first release, but over time they garner like a fan base.
Okay, yeah,
kind of like Rocky Horror.
Yeah. I don't know. I saw some. I picture it as being like more thriller, scary type of film for some reason when I think of that.
Like Rocky Horror and The Room are like the best examples.
Oh, not The Room. Not The Room. No. That's
maybe eventually, if people beg for it enough, we'll do an episode on that.
All right. I've never seen it. I've seen enough clips to be tired of it.
I've seen it once. It's so bad, but like I had like the best time ever.
Oh no.
And then like when I watched it, we were doing like a double feature of The Room and Disaster Artist, and as soon as we started Disaster Artist, I was like, this movie sucks, and I left for like 30 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, see, even the Disaster Artist with Franco, I was like hesitant because
it also looks actually bad though.
Yeah, that's why it looked bad in the trailer. And I don't know if it was purposeful.
It's not the same level as bad as The Room. Like The Room is like other bad movies where you can enjoy them. Disaster Artist is actually just bad.
It's like they're trying so hard to be bad that it's actually just bad, not even entertaining bad. Okay.
And plus James Franco made it.
I enjoy the Seth Rogen and James Franco movies. I like their chemistry.
They're funny together.
Yeah. Individually, I mean, we've seen a good amount of Franco's work, like Spider-Man and the 147 hours or so, where because of
127.
So yeah, it's a document like based on a true story movie.
Yeah,
and that's it from his.
I remember the guy that movie was based on was on an episode of Minute to Win It.
Okay.
I remember it because Guy Fieri was like, he only has one arm. How is he gonna do all the challenges?
Like, oh no, not Guy Fieri, not the least problematic celebrity in that world. Oh no, that's funny. Oh fuck! I haven't seen
why like that stuck. I have very random pieces of media stuck in my head.
I feel that. Fucking same.
But
obscure.
Anyway, so Muriel's Wedding is a 1990. I'm just reading straight from Wikipedia. Is a 1994 Australian comedy drama film written and directed by PJ Hogan. It stars Toni Colette. It's one of her earlier roles. Like she looks incredibly different.
Wow. Let's see.
She looks so different in this movie compared to how obviously she's aged and she's aged well. Just, she's so much. This is her second feature film.
Her what? Second?
Second.
Wow.
So this is very early in her career.
Oh, she's a chick from Knives Out, right?
Yeah, and from Hereditary.
Oh, I did not know that. See, you learn something
She's
new
a
every
queen.
day. Cool. She doesn't have an accent in these. Huh.
I mean, she does. Oh, well,
She
yeah,
does?
because she's Australian, but
Yeah.
it's called
Let's see.
acting.
It's called acting. Yeah, you heard about it? Me going to Benedict Cumberbatch and asking why.
Get this, Luis.
What's up?
Sometimes people can do other accents.
I mean, true, but I don't assume.
But anyways,
Mhm.
yeah, it has Toni Colette. Who else is in the cast? That's the only person I recognize in the cast. But it has Bill Hunter,
Mhm.
Rachel Griffiths, Sophie Lee, Jeannie Drynan, Jenny Nevinson, Daniel LePaine, Matt Day, and some other people.
Mhm.
See, Raul, that's how you pronounce names that are spelled weird.
He's live. We can add him right now. Just go on Twitch and he's like, Ciro, that's how you say people's names while he's reviewing The Godfather.
Because some of their names are spelled weird because they're all like Australian.
Fucking no.
Don't try me with Irish names though. I can't help you there.
Irish. I could probably try Irish, but
No, they're spelled weird.
Let me see.
Like there's one name spelled like Naimh, and it's pronounced Neve.
Huh.
Australian names don't make any fucking sense.
Australia's a whole different place, bro.
No,
you
not
don't.
Australian. Irish names make no sense. That's what
I mean, yeah, like not to offend their actual culture, but like it's a very difficult accent to pull off movie-wise. So
yeah. So, like, the short synopsis at the top of the page just says it focuses on the socially awkward Muriel, whose ambition to have a glamorous wedding and improve her personal life by moving from her dead-end hometown to the fictional Porpoise Spit to Sydney. It actually received. How is it a cult? I don't know. I don't know the intricacies of what defines a cult film, but it received a lot of award nominations, including a Golden Globe nomination for Best Actress.
Okay, so they get recognition.
So this is her claim to fame.
Yeah. Okay. So that's not bad at all. I'd say so. If you got a Golden Globe, that's pretty good.
We love Toni Colette. Does she have any awards? Like, does she actually? Has she? I know she's been nominated a bunch. Let's see what she has. She was nominated for Best Supporting Actress for The Sixth Sense. I didn't know she was in that.
It either.
She has 2 Critics' Choice, 1 Emmy, 1 Golden Globe, 1 SAG. Oh, she's in Little Miss Sunshine too. I've never seen that, but I've heard about it a bunch.
Okay, she's had a couple.
Yeah, she's. Damn. Where's her Oscar? Where's her Oscar for Hereditary?
I still haven't seen that movie because Raul told me it's like Midsummer in the way of it's fucked up, scary.
It's a little bit more scary than Midsummer, I would say.
Okay, I mean,
your deal because Hereditary is like. It deals with cults, but like the way it's portrayed is to how Christians see like pagans and witches.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, without spoiling anything.
Okay. All right, I might see it tonight.
It's still incredible though. Like, Ari Aster as a person has issues, but his films are great.
Okay, that's normally the case, isn't it? Where the actual direction of a film is good, but the person.
Well, have you heard the story of when they filmed? Oh, you haven't seen? Never mind. watch Hereditary, and then I have a story for
Okay.
something fucked up he did on set.
Oh no.
But have you seen that short film, The Strange Things About the Johnsons?
Is that
About
the one little
the one
boy
where the son is like
raping the dad?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he made that.
that's fucked. That was fucked. All right.
Also, Ari Aster is white, so
that's not what I.
And if you've seen Strange Thing About the Johnsons,
Yeah.
yikes. Anyways, Toni Colette. I didn't realize. Okay, I mean, it says here the budget was $9 million and it made 57.5 million back. So
that's
not a total. It did pretty well.
Yeah, it did pretty well. It didn't lose any. It didn't gain a lot.
At that time, it was the third biggest opening for an Australian film.
And we're talking domestic
Crocodile Dundee 2 and Lightning Jack.
Okay, see, like the Crocodile Dundee movies, I do get if they were opening in the same time because like they're pretty popular. I still enjoy it every now and then if it pops up on TV or something. But I've never heard of Muriel's Wedding. So,
so like that's not bad. It made some back. Because like arguably this is a low budget film.
Yes, definitely. With $9
million is still a lot of monies, but
I mean you're getting
for the film industry.
Yeah, you're getting a good selection of actors and actresses. I don't know
if this is in US or Australian dollars.
I feel like it might be US.
I think it's in US.
Yeah. Because if it's unless it's domestic that it made that or like
no let's see,
because normally they put it in US currency because America is self-centered.
It grossed 2.2 million Australian dollars its opening week. It went on to gross 15.8 million Australian dollars over time. And then opening weekend in the US, it made like 244,969 American dollars and eventually grossed 15.1 million American dollars over time.
Okay, yeah, see, with that opening, I can see why
I can see why it's a cult.
Yeah, it didn't do well. Okay. We cleared it up. Yeah.
Okay, wait. I'll tell the plot, and then we'll get more into the critical reception because I just read something that makes me excited. Okay. So, this is going to be less interesting as last month, but it's okay because this movie is not gory. Muriel Heslop, a socially awkward young woman, is the target of ridicule by her shallow and egotistical friends, or if you're not watching the video, quote, friends, unquote, like fake friends, Tanya, Cheryl, Janine, and Nicole. She spends her time listening to ABBA songs and perpetually daydreams of a glamorous wedding to get her out of the dead-end town of Porpoise Spit and away from her domineering father, Bill, a corrupt politician who constantly belittles his wife, Betty, and 5 children. Muriel attends the wedding of Tanya and Chuck, during which she sees Chuck and Nicole having sex in a laundry room. Wedding guest Diane, a department store detective, calls the police on Muriel for stealing the dress she's wearing, and the police publicly escort Muriel out of the reception.
I apologize to the listeners. I forgot to mute while that car passed by.
In case you're wondering, he's at the Indy 500 right now.
Yes.
Not the Kentucky Derby. Soon after, Bill's rumored mistress, Deidre. Anyways, Chambers recruits Muriel into her multi-level marketing business, and Muriel's friends officially kick her out of their group after clarifying that she won't be accompanying them on an island holiday. Betty signs a blank check for Muriel to buy products for the cosmetics business, but Muriel instead uses the check to withdraw $12,000 and follow her former friends to the island anyway. There, Muriel runs into Rhonda Eppenstall, an old high school acquaintance, and they quickly strike up a friendship, cemented when Rhonda gleefully tells Tanya about Nicole and Chuck. That's also the best part in the movie because they're at the vacation, they do a whole ass performance to Waterloo. That is the best part.
It's pretty good
of the whole movie.
Yeah.
Hey, this is their use of ABBA. This is controversial. Their use of ABBA in their soundtrack, I would argue, is better than the Mamma Mia films.
Oof, you're gonna get Mamma Mia fans riled up there.
I love Mamma Mia. I love ABBA.
Okay.
But also, I'm more of a Broadway Mamma Mia over film Mamma Mia.
Haven't seen either, so I can't speak on that.
I still haven't seen the second one.
Oh, that's right. It did come out. I forgot what I went to go see instead. There was 2 movies coming out with Mamma Mia and then something else, and I chose the other.
I think it was a summer movie, so there's usually not much out.
Either that or it's a Marvel movie. Yeah, anyway.
Probably it was Marvel. How often they release stuff. Muriel returns home and is confronted by Betty regarding the stolen money. Muriel immediately runs away to Sydney, sharing a flat with Rhonda and changing her name to Mariel. She gets a job at a video store and meets and briefly dates an awkward but kind man, Bryce Nobes. One night, Rhonda suddenly falls down, apparently paralyzed. While at the hospital, Muriel calls home and learns her father is being investigated for taking bribes. Rhonda has a cancerous tumor in her spine and undergoes multiple operations, eventually leaving her permanently unable to walk. Muriel promises Rhonda to look after her and never let her go back to Porpoise Spit. She also uses Rhonda's health crisis to obtain pampered service at numerous bridal shops, trying on wedding dresses and taking photographs to indulge her wedding dreams. When Rhonda discovers what Muriel has done, Muriel finally confesses to her fixation on a storybook wedding, and they have an angry fight. Desperate, Muriel enters into a conspiracy to marry South African swimmer David Van Arkel so that he can join Team Australia in the upcoming Olympics. She is paid $10,000 by David's parents for her part in the scheme. At Muriel's elaborate wedding in Sydney, she shows off Tanya, Cheryl, and Janine as her bridesmaids. Rhonda, disgusted by Muriel's behavior, refuses to be one. Bill openly treats Deidre as his date, and Betty arrives late to the wedding due to being unable to afford plane tickets. Muriel doesn't notice her at the wedding. Oh, shit. Rhonda moves back to her mother's home, unable to live in Sydney without help. After the wedding, David makes his contempt for Muriel to clear her. Oh, clear to her. Oh, okay. In Porpoise Spit, an increasingly distraught Betty accidentally shoplifts a pair of sandals that she tries on, and Diane calls the police. Bill arranges for the charges to disappear. When Betty pleads with Bill that she needs help, he announces his intention to divorce her and marry Deidre. Betty is found dead by her daughter, Joni. Deidre claims Betty had a heart attack. Joni reveals to Muriel that Betty committed suicide. When Muriel breaks down at her mother's funeral, David comforts her and they finally consummate their marriage. Her mother's death has forced Muriel to take a hard look at her life, and she asks David for a divorce as neither of them are in love. Bill asks Muriel to help raise her siblings as Deidre no longer wants to marry him because she does not want to take care of his kids. He has also lost his job on city council. Who wrote this? Because there are too many short sentences.
I mean, it could have been simplified.
This could be written better. Anyways, yes. Muriel stands up to him, giving him $5,000 of her wedding money, saying that she will repay the rest of the amount she stole when she gets a job in Sydney. She impresses him with her more assertive personality, demanding that he immediately stop his verbally abusive treatment of her siblings. Muriel goes to Rhonda's house, where Muriel's former tormentors are condescendingly visiting, and offers to take her back to Sydney. Rhonda accepts and lets the other girls know what she thinks of them. Muriel and Rhonda head to the airport, happily leaving Porpoise Spit for a more promising future. That is the most poorly written film plot on Wikipedia I've ever read.
Yeah.
I promise the movie's actually good, even though that was a lot.
I mean, like, they get the basic intricacies of the film where it is. If you look away for 1 second, if you go to pee for a quick second, you might get confused on what exactly is happening. Because that happened to me where I had to go back. I was like, wait, what the fuck? How did we get here?
Pause it?
I mean, like, I had the speaker on. I got the little window while I was cooking and then went to pee. I was like, okay, it should be fine. But no. You cannot skip this movie.
Yeah,
pause it.
A lot happens. You kind of have to be there. It is an hour and 41 minutes, and they pack a lot in. It works well, though.
Yeah, it surprisingly does.
The reason I watched it for the first time is somebody posted the Waterloo clip onto TikTok, and I was like, "What is this? The fuck is this?" And then I looked it up and watched it and loved it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, this was my first time because otherwise, if you didn't ask me to be on your review, I would have never in a single day probably seen this film unless someone else.
If I hadn't seen that TikTok, I wouldn't know this movie existed.
Like, this isn't your typical. You're going to the movie theater for this. It's more so like you are fond of 90s movies or like small titles.
Or like you're going through like Toni Colette's entire filmography.
Yeah, it's a very obscure movie that you'd watch because you wanted to and you knew about it.
Yeah.
Aside from that, I mean, overall good movie. Like I did.
Yeah, y'all should. More people need to watch this movie. I think it's great. I mean, she got a Golden Globe nomination, so
yeah.
I don't know where the fuck people in '95 were when they saw that Toni Colette was nominated, and they're like, "I'm not gonna watch that movie." Y'all should have watched that movie. Y'all fucked up. I wasn't even alive. Y'all fucked up.
Man, yeah, I know. This movie, like, it has. Okay, so do you want to go like by story, what we like, what we didn't like, or what exactly do you want to say? Because there's some stuff. Okay, so the overall take on this, it's very much so choose your friends wisely, because those girls were fucking. I hated them. They were terrible human beings.
They were like, Muriel, I can't do an Australian accent. They were like, you can't be our friend because you're broke. I'm like,
yeah. And it's just, and then trying to steal Rhonda when like they saw that she had an actual friend hanging out with her, like, and then at the wedding after, like, she comes and says like they divorced or like the marriage broke off, and she's like, I knew it. I'm like, you were the bridesmaid. Like, you could have at least kept it to yourself until they both left.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks when you peak at high school. That's all I gotta say.
This is the Australian version of peaking in high school.
Exactly. I mean,
you're not wrong. They're just like us.
Yeah, white people are just like white people in America.
That's not what I
meant. That's what I say. Oh, Lord. Wait, I'm gonna get up. I'm angry. Oi, oi, oi. What's this I hear about? What's this Australian slander I'm hearing, eh?
There's this Australian dude on Too Hot to Handle that's like low-key ugly.
Mm-hmm.
And the girl he gets with, she's like, he's just so hot. Like, what?
I mean, some of them look like standard white men. With
I
long
think
hair.
You've heard us mention this guy before. There's one guy on there that looks like a mix between Jamie Bell and Tom Holland.
I think I've heard you guys when I'm in chat. That's I don't know, because Tom Holland looks like a kid, even though he's like older than us.
That's why I say he looks like him mixed with Jamie Bell, because Jamie Bell definitely looks like he's in his 30s.
Mm-hmm. Well, ain't that some shit? But
So
I mean, you can go for it. If you had anything to add on the girls, or if you wanted to switch, because I mean, there's a lot. Because before we started the actual recording of this, I was talking about how I was extremely attracted to Rhonda throughout this film.
Yeah.
And I mean, Rhonda can party before the whole cancer thing. She took two American tourists, back to her place.
Oh yeah.
And had, you could hear it. She was having fun.
Just two girls living in Sydney.
That's salute. Is that the plot to Two Broke Girls?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
Oh, okay. Me neither. I just know Kat Dennings is in it after Raul.
Yeah, I was going to ask Raul because he likes Kat Dennings.
Oh man, too bad she got a man now. I need to unfollow the account. I think so, yeah, because I was scrolling to Instagram today and I saw a guy, like basic looking long-haired white guy, on her account and her kissing him. So Raul's gonna be heartbroken, man.
Anyways, okay, so
where I was going with that, I thought so before we found out she had cancer, I thought she had such a wild time with both of the guys.
That's what I thought at first too.
That she couldn't feel her legs. So I was like, damn, it's like that in Sydney.
Or like maybe a thing, because I've heard this happens, like they pull the hair too hard and it like severs something, so then you like get paralyzed.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know about that. Good to know for future reference.
So be careful when you pull people's hair.
Yeah, guys, be careful
during sexual relations. It says Toni Colette gained 40 pounds for this role. Which is fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Although I have heard that like when she came to success, she like, because you know, like tabloids are mean.
Yeah.
Towards women. So she developed bulimia.
Okay.
Let me find it.
Shit, bro.
In her 20s, she found it difficult to adapt to being in the media spotlight, and as a result, struggled with bulimia and panic attacks.
Fuck. That must be a tough thing. I mean, just being a woman in the film industry is difficult overall. Oh, wait, hold up.
Okay.
Are we good? Because you froze on my screen.
We're good. Yeah, I know. I saw myself was loading for a second.
Yeah, we're having some tech. Where's Burke where you need him? Technical difficulties with Burke made. Yeah, but no, like that whole situation must have been hard.
I wasn't sure about watching this movie because like I saw that scene and that was all I had seen. And I got excited, but I was like worried that it might be just like a typical rom-com, and I was like,
yeah,
but it's not even that.
Yeah, it's not a rom-com at all, which I enjoyed because I'm kind of putting myself out of rom-com stuff.
Yeah.
For now, so I was like, oh, this is gonna be another shit like that. But it's like, no, it's actually a pretty good, like, this is a movie about accepting yourself and being comfortable with yourself, and like, even though you're not sure on how or what you might be going towards, like, you're willing to put in the work to like just find yourself, which is dope. I like, because
just don't steal all your parents' money.
Don't steal unless they're like rich racist people. Then sure, go for it. Robin Hood, give it back to the
Are you telling me I should go steal? Oh, my family's not rich, but
if they're rich,
minus the rich part. You're telling me I should go steal my parents' money?
Well, I mean, no comfort, no evidence left on stream, no evidence left on record. This is off the books, no wires, no bugs talk. I'm
just kidding.
But yeah, no, this is like a dull movie. I did hate. So one thing, it was like painting. It's like this very, like you were saying, stereotypical of how like old school rom-coms would paint a picture of how what a quote unquote ugly person would be, or like being a bit bigger than the norm, or not fitting that doll like figure that people would have.
Yeah.
Like it was really pushing that, which is like
It was
90s.
pushing that, but like I like in the end she didn't, like, you know, like in some
Yeah.
rom-coms they'll be like they change their whole appearance.
Yeah, take off
Like
their
they
glasses,
take
or someone new.
take off
Exactly.
their glasses type of shit. They get it, like they die. Like the Breakfast Club scene. That's atrocious.
Exactly. No.
So like I'm glad they didn't do that.
What I did like is that throughout the film you can definitely see a progression in like how Toni Colette like her character's personality changes, because the outfit she chooses, and then at the end, like her very well-mannered hair, her nice plain dress, like she was very like grown into it. She grew into that adulthood that she was trying to get to,
Yeah,
which
it's
was
like
dope.
it's like a wild coming of age.
Yeah, very much. Very much a wild one, especially during her first time doing anything and her just laughing hysterically. I found that a bit cringy, but it was hilarious.
You love Toni though.
Yeah.
Anyways, the critical reception.
Okay.
This is the part that got me excited. Ridley Scott in 2016 said that he's seen the film 6 times.
Interesting.
And he called it fantastic.
Wow.
He said Muriel's Wedding would be the one film he'd save if the world was annihilated. So I think it's safe to say this is Ridley Scott's favorite movie.
That's the one from Alien, right?
Yeah, he directed Alien and The Martian.
Okay.
And Gladiator.
So it's a well-renowned director's name.
Yeah.
Oh.
It received positive reviews and is certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes with 78%.
And this is going off recent viewings, or is it like back in?
I mean, Wikipedia is usually pretty up to date, so
okay. So
I would assume overall it's still right there.
Yeah.
So critical consensus states it's heartfelt and quirky, though at times broad. Muriel's Wedding mixes awkward comedy, oddball Australian characters, and a nostalgia-heavy soundtrack. I mean, it's not nostalgic for me, but I guess at the time this came out, the people that were seeing it were like young in the 70s when the music was coming out. So nostalgic for them, not nostalgic for me, because I grew up listening to. I wouldn't know the excitement of a new ABBA song dropping.
I mean, like I just know Dancing Queen, and that's all I knew. Like
that's the first song I knew. I
don't
remember how I learned it.
And then everything else is like.
And then I learned everything. And then Mamma Mia came out.
And then that's when
when I learned the rest of their songs. What else? It also has a score of 63 out of 100 on Metacritic. No, I don't actually know what Metacritic is.
It's probably a stuck-up critic site. No offense to anyone
that aggregates reviews. The scores from each review are averaged.
Okay.
So it's just an average.
It's just a medium
based on every review. Okay. So similar to Rotten Tomatoes. Just not in a percentage form.
Okay.
Roger
they did pretty good.
Yeah, Roger Ebert, who shit on I Spit on Your Grave. We can't forget that. Yes, I know he's an icon in film critic history, but he should.
I'll meet you down below, Robert. We can talk it out.
He said the film is merciless in its portrait of provincial society, and yet has a huge affection for its misfit survivors. It has a lot of big and little laughs in it, but also a melancholy undercurrent, which reveals itself toward the end of the film in a series of surprises and unexpected developments. The film's good heart keeps it from ever making fun of Muriel, although there are moments that must have been tempting.
I mean, there were times where
I don't know if I like that.
Yeah.
It sounds like he liked the movie, but there's some like low-key misogyny there.
Yeah.
Like undertones, if you picked up on it.
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, it is Robert.
It's Roger Ebert.
Roger, yeah, I fucking forgot his name. Not Robert. I'm thinking of Boondock. Sorry.
Robert Pattinson?
No, Robert, Mr. Fucking the neighbor in Boondock. I don't know if you've seen it.
So I didn't realize this is around the time that Strictly Ballroom and Priscilla, Queen of the Desert came out too, which are other big Australian films.
Okay.
So like this quote says, with such recent hits as Strictly Ballroom and Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, Australia seems to be cornering the market for odd but delightful comedies laced with substance and romance. The latest, Muriel's Wedding, is another bright, occasionally brilliant example. The movie is much meatier than its larky comic sheen leads you to think at first. There is poignant drama in this brash, sometimes overstated film, and Muriel's transformation is truly touching.
Yeah.
So yeah, it seems generally people liked it.
Yeah, which is
just
odd.
Roger Ebert's choice of words is not right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's normally how it goes. I mean, good movie. Plot, if you don't pay attention, might get a bit messy, but overall it's good. Soundtrack, of course. But for me, it's not my taste in music, but it's catchy. And it fits the film. Yeah, I mean, it was good.
I've always ignored this award show because it's just a long acronym, the AACTA, but that's the Australian Academy, so that's important. It was nominated for 11 Australian Academy Awards, and it won 4.
Hey, see?
So, yeah, it won Best Film, Best Actress, Best Supporting Actress, and Best Sound.
Huh.
Nice.
Nice. I mean, so what we're finding out.
It was nominated for a BAFTA, nominated for Golden Globe, and nominated for a Writers Guild Award.
Okay. See, all I'm hearing is that this fits into the occult category because it didn't make a lot of money when it came out. But award-wise, it's doing phenomenal. It's doing its job.
Doing great. I mean, I don't know how like big Australian cinema is.
True.
So
I was gonna say something about the Irish cinema and how the Leprechaun was a good movie, but never mind.
That's an American movie.
I know. Yeah.
So yeah, the soundtrack is it's just entirely ABBA.
Yeah.
Almost. Hold on. The music of ABBA forms the backbone of the film soundtrack. The 2 Bs in ABBA, because they're the only ones who still do anything with the music. The women of the band have moved on. They allow the use of the movies of the songs to be adapted as they allowed Dancing Queen to be adapted as an orchestral piece. That's right, they did do that in the movie. So it uses Mamma Mia, Waterloo, Fernando. I do. That's the whole title. It's like 5 times.
Okay.
Also included are Sugar Baby Love by the Rubettes, The Tide is High by Blondie, I Go to Rio by Peter Allen. Do I know that song? Happy Together by the Turtles, classic. And Schubert's Ave Maria.
Okay. Pretty good selection.
ABBA only gave permission for their music to be included in the film 2 weeks before shooting started.
Okay, at least I got permission.
So if that hadn't worked out, it said the filmmakers were considering changing her favorite band to the Village People. That would be a completely different movie. Oh my god.
Would it? I don't know
The Village People is YMCA and Macho
Oh.
Man.
Oh,
That would be
yeah.
a whole different movie.
Yeah, I feel like that would be different. Yeah.
It's like it's that same, like, you know, it's disco music still, but like they have a different sound.
Mm-hmm.
That's
It's not the same.
that would be a whole different movie.
I'm curious. I just next time I come back on, or just like, so I put the entire track of the Village People over Muriel's wedding.
So that leads me to believe the Waterloo scene would most likely be YMCA.
You think so?
Yeah, but I mean, Wayne's World already did that. Wayne's World 2, I think. I think it's the second one that they did it.
I always used to confuse that one with the one with Keanu Reeves, Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted, yeah.
I've never seen it.
Me neither. As much as
I think it's the second Wayne's World that they do the YMCA bit. Because the first movie, they do a Bohemian Rhapsody bit.
Okay.
Which is how I heard that song for the first time. In case you're wondering how I became a Queen stan at the age of 5.
I heard about Bohemian Rhapsody in Bohemian Rhapsody. That's how I found out about that song.
Oh
no, Suicide Squad. I found out it was a cover.
They used that.
they used it in that one.
The worst. Okay, no, yeah, Suicide. I watch both of those movies actually. Because for the same reason, I was really hyped up about them and was disappointed. I tried to like Suicide Squad at first, but overall I was just like, this is trash. And I still hate watch it because I was so excited to see Harley and the Joker in a movie, and it was just bad. So I still hate watch it to this day. Bohemian Rhapsody is more deep because I'm like a lifelong Queen fan. You know, so hearing a biopic being made, I was like, and then finding out it was actually like one of the worst musical biopics I've ever seen.
Interesting.
I think they got Panic at the Disco to cover Bo Rap for the soundtrack.
Did they?
Yeah.
For Suicide Squad, yes. But for
Suicide Squad I get them mixed up because I hate both of them.
Yeah. In Suicide Squad, it was Brendan Urie singing. Yeah. Because that's the version I have in my everyday playlist. Why? So, because I don't know, I like Brendan. I like his voice. It's basic.
He's a terrible person, though.
Is he? Oh
yes.
No, I'm gonna
he claims like that he wrote all their early music that he didn't write.
Oh, so it's like horrible person, as in he's discrediting every.
He's done some other shit too, but like that's what I know off the top of my head is like, because originally Panic at the Disco was like a whole band. It wasn't just him.
Yeah, it wasn't.
And over time, the others left, and now it's just him. They wrote a lot of like the vast majority of the early songs, and Brendan takes credit for it.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is this is basically this is the plot of Bohemian Rhapsody. I mean, that's what happens in the movie. They like they're fighting on whose song gets to go on the album and who's get like, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So
he's also been accused of sexually assaulting a minor.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna have to purge my playlist later on today.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. Better to know now than
it's reality.
Yeah. R.I.P. Damn.
All your faves are terrible people. But it is true about Queen now. I don't like Queen now because I've been yelled at because it is also their legacy, which is understandable. But like, it's just Brian and Roger now. John went off. He lives like a private life on his own now.
John is the fucking scientist right?
The bassist.
The bass, yeah. The fucking
the scientist is Brian with the hair.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The guitarist.
They were all wild. They were all incredibly smart for whatever fucking reason.
Well, I mean, in college.
You're right. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
And British people are arguably smarter than us.
Are they?
European curriculum
Education
is better.
Curriculum. There you go. Yeah.
It's better than American.
I wouldn't say we can argue some historical.
No, it's better than American.
There you go. All right.
America's history classes are fucked up. But they I argue that they're in a way ruining the legacy because they're just sellouts at this point, doing everything for money. They wrote a musical that's pretty much the equivalent of Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark. It's very boomer energy. Yeah, that came out in 2008 or something like that. So there's that, and then with the movie,
it's a lot.
It seemed very much we should get this out here, because if you watch the film, you can tell you can see there's angles where it's they're trying to focus more on them specifically, and it's definitely not a movie about Freddy for sure. It's not his movie. It's about all four of them, but it's just the energy is weird. But anyways, they're annoying now, and they also said Adam Lambert is like Freddy, and I'm you do not because Adam Lambert tours with them now.
Okay.
And I'm no, you don't compare anybody to Freddie Mercury. You don't. That's arguably the best vocalist of all time. We're talking about a man who had a 4-octave range. You don't compare Adam Lambert to that. No. I'm you knew that man they knew him for 20 years, and that's how I know they're getting old. Their memories are fucked up. Y'all don't listen to y'all's own songs, apparently.
Yeah.
But they're also salty that they didn't get any of his estate when he died too.
Okay.
Which is fucked up. I'm that's your friend. You shouldn't be
fighting
it's his money to do whatever he wants with it when he died.
Yeah.
Because he gave it all to Mary.
Oh, did he? I did not know.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, because they broke up, but they were still friends.
Yeah,
lifelong friends. He left everything to her.
Damn. Yo, Mary.
Yeah, she has the mansion. She has all the money. She's the only person who knows where he's buried.
Oh, really?
That was another deal they made before he died. He told her, you take my ashes, you bury them somewhere, or put them somewhere and don't tell anybody. And she still hasn't told anybody.
I know the next plot to the Independence Day movies. We're off to find Freddie Mercury.
Or National Treasure 3.
National Treasure, yeah.
What, is that the plot to National Treasure 3?
I don't know. Let's see.
I'm reading that right now. Hold on.
Okay. How many?
Just realized the plot to National Treasure 3 is Nick Cage finding where Freddie Mercury
fucking
ashes are buried. Go to Lucky Peach on Twitter to find that tweet. Yes. Even though there's another week before this episode comes out, but if you're listening to it early on patreon.com/luckypeach, go to Twitter and see that tweet. Anyways, back to Australia.
Back to Australia.
There's also a stage adaptation of this movie.
This screams like
they do that a lot to films. They've done it to Heathers. They've done it to American Psycho. They've done it to Legally Blonde. Everything's getting Beetlejuice too. Everything is getting the musical.
I don't like
treatment.
Musical treatments. I don't like musicals.
I don't really. Sometimes it works out. Legally Blonde and Beetlejuice and Heathers are really, really good musicals. But
I think the one musical
the Mean Girls one
like,
sucks.
The only one that I've seen and liked is Rocket Man, and that's it. Or
There's a stage version?
well, like just musicals in general. I mean,
Oh, I like movie musicals.
not for me.
When
I
is
get bored.
Elton John gonna finish his farewell tour? Because he's been on that thing for like 5 years.
He's alive? Oh, I'm kidding. I know he was alive. He's
Is he ever gonna finish his farewell tour though?
I don't know, man.
He's been on it for like 5 years. Because I remember like my freshman year of college, I wanted to buy tickets to see him in Houston.
Fuck, man. I feel like
he's on his farewell tour for a fucking lifetime.
He's gonna put Ansel Elgort.
He's been on that tour as long as my nephew's been alive.
Oh no.
Well, I guess some of it's postponed right now, but still. So yeah, they announced in 2016 that the Sydney Theatre Company would produce a musical adaptation of Muriel's Wedding. It also incorporates songs by ABBA, as well as original music. The musical ran from November 2017 to January 2018 in Sydney.
Oh, so it had its 2-year run? Around 2 years, yeah.
Roughly. It also had an Australian tour in 2019.
Wow, that's, I mean...
Come to America, please.
I mean, if it's not Hamilton, I don't think a lot of people would want to go see the...
I would.
I mean, there's a small, like, handful of people, but, you know, if it's not name brand.
What are the Helpman Awards? Oh, they're like the Australian version of the Tonys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11. It was also nominated for 11 of those. And they won 5. So Australia loves Muriel's Wedding. I need America to get on it.
That's fucking wild.
America, explain!
America, why do you have Arkansas and Kansas?
Explain.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it's America, man. Because, like, so as soon as I saw the Australian Association, I was like, this is probably a reason why I've probably never seen it, because it's not going to appear on, like, American television or, like, movie screens that often.
It needs to.
Yeah.
Americans need to watch this movie. Y'all, everybody listening, especially Raul, and my coworker Javier, if you're listening, watch Muriel's Wedding. It's on HBO Max right now. I don't know when it's going to leave because HBO Max has this weird revolving door thing that they do with movies.
Also, Raul, you need to watch Demon Slayer with me. I'm calling you out, motherfucker. We were supposed
to watch. How
watch
many seasons are there?
Demon Slayer, just one. 26 episodes, and then the movie. And I have the... I went to go see the movie.
You bought the movie? Because I know you've seen it a bunch of times already.
So I bought the legal version, yes, and I have acquired a critics version,
like a screen
of the movie. Sure. Point is, right. I've seen it in total 7 times already, 2 in theaters and
when did
5.
It come out? Like 2 weeks ago?
2 Thursdays ago, yeah.
I can't judge you because when I first saw Big Hero 6, I watched it like 10 times in a week.
I watched it like 2 times. It was good.
I watched it like 10 times. I didn't see it in theaters. I bought the DVD and I watched it like 10 times in 1 week.
I mean, bro, I had to get the tattoo. I got to get the
immediately,
like no hesitation. I'm spending.
I don't have any direct. Well, I guess that's a direct one.
The lighthouse, yeah.
The rest of mine aren't exactly. I mean, this is the shot from Hausu, but the colors are different.
Okay.
Because the cat in Hausu is white. Not pink, clearly.
I wish I could do color, man. I wish I was white. Because
your skin isn't too dark. You could do like red for sure.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So his characters, like the eyes and a bit of the hair and the clothing, are like oranges and red. My skin is like that brown orangey hue, that red hue. So like, it doesn't mix well. I even asked them, like, in your honest to God opinion, I will tell you whatever the color is, even though it's much more. But do you think it would go? It would last me a while? Because over time, tattoos fades, and like color will fade more than black and white. They're like, I'm gonna be honest, Chief. As much as a cool way to look, just go with the black and white. So I was like,
yeah,
makes sense.
There are some artists who are like insanely talented who make it work, but like they're also like hard to find.
They really are, or you have to travel
because the fake skin that they practice on, they only kind of like recently started making it in darker skin tones, like only recently.
Yeah, that's what I've been like on during my research on and all that.
That's what I'm nervous because we know that my first tattoo is fucked up, but there's a part of me that's nervous that it's because of the location, even though I know that it just is botched. And I just got another one on my other side on my ribs, and I'm scared that that's going to happen to it. But it could be it being botched, I think, because the guy who did it was lazy about it.
Okay, yeah, let's hope.
The first one, I mean, not the most recent one. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Tune in next time in our next commentary where Rachel after
it heals. Well, no, because my first one started doing that like within a month of getting it. So like it didn't look like that after it first healed, but like within a month after it healed, it started looking like this.
See, after I got
tattoos shouldn't do that.
Yeah, after I got this one,
that's how I know it's like it wasn't done well.
Like this one, I noticed compared to this one, two different artists.
Like my Adore You is almost a year old, and it still looks
still good. Yeah.
So like that's kind of how I know it's
your peppermint one too. You posted a picture on Twitter, and it was popping with color.
Yeah, it's got hella color.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, yo, tattoos are weird.
I like the cat because it's like hot pink as fuck.
Next week we come back.
It's brighter.
Yeah, ABBA after the Muriel.
Oh god, no, I don't want an ABBA tattoo. I love ABBA, but no. Any final thoughts?
It's an enjoyable movie. If you're into like that coming of age type of stuff and very 90s centric type, you should watch it. If you're into women with short hair, like Rhoda was in it, I recommend, because I will be searching more into her filmography later tonight.
She in that movie, she kind of looks like Juliette Lewis does in What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
I think that's where I recognize her from. I was trying the entire film.
It's not Juliette Lewis, but they look similar.
I've seen someone that looks similar to her in a recent movie.
I think it's her. She's also she plays the mom, like the girl's mom in Ma.
Huh.
The one that works at the casino.
Yeah.
Or...
I might go back to watch Mother. It's a horrible movie, but I just want to see.
Don't make me drink alone.
Oh no.
That's gonna be us in a couple of days when we're recording this month's drunk commentary of Into the Woods. Don't make me drink alone.
Is it just you two, or can anyone join? Because
anyone can join.
Okay, I might join. I've never seen it. I want to roast.
Yeah, I think I told you when we were recording. I think we're doing them back to back because that is part of the collab that me and Aiden have decided on. Because of David Huddlestone, who is the kid in both of those movies. We like to joke about him. So on his Patreon, we'll be doing a commentary of Les Miserables, and then here on the podcast, we'll be doing this month's drunk commentary of Into the Woods.
All right, good to know.
Thanks for coming back.
Honored.
I'm glad I introduced you to this.
Yes, very good.
Everyone better fucking watch it.
Watch it. Oh, I was gonna say watch it with us, but I was like, we didn't do a watch along. we did a review.
Do you have anything to plug?
No, you could just follow Rachel and all the people that might show up on here, and I'll probably be on their shows. I don't have anything for me, so just follow. Yes, for the people that can see, it's 2 awkward thumbs up.
Thank you for being here again, Luis. You can follow me, of course, everywhere at Lucky Peach. It's LVCKY Peach. If you go to any of my social medias, you can also find a link tree. Also in the description of this episode, you can find my link tree where you can just, find links to everywhere. So like my Instagram, my TikTok, my Letterboxd, the Discord that we have for the podcast. Please, you should definitely join that. As well as my YouTube, my Twitch, where I do Lego streams a couple times a month, where I just build Lego sets. And then, of course, the patreon.com/LuckyPeach. If you haven't joined, what the fuck are you doing? Because I need to pay for those Legos somehow. So there's that, but there's no requirement. Obviously, you don't have to. It's okay. But to the patrons who are listening to this also a week early, thank you for being here. Luis is also a patron, so thank you, Luis. As well as who else? Brad, Gio, Aiden, and I'm missing somebody, and I'm gonna fucking so Abby. I'm sorry, Abby. I'm sorry. But also she was on Last Means Review, so you're also Abby. You're welcome back on the show at any time. Just let me know. Anyways, this is becoming a mess. It's late. But thank you for listening. I will see you next week, where me and for sure Brad, I don't know who else will be joining us, will be doing the monthly review of Mortal Kombat. So that'll be great. I will see you next week. Stay peachy.